hello, just bear with me. Hope everybody is well. Just posting links so that people say sometimes that they can't find me, and I'm like, I'm here. So just posting links everywhere, just to let people know where I am. Okay, so we've got everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of this work. Oh, goodness me, Karen, look at your samples, they're amazing. Absolutely beautiful. You'll have to tell me how you did them so I can copy them. Right, okay. Sorry. Are you there? Can you hear me? I hope you can. Anyway, I've got my small book today. I really want to just do something small, something contained. I've got my pencil. I'm not going to be doing a lot of rubbing out because I haven't got my rubber. But you don't really need much today. I've got my stencils. I don't go any. Even yesterday, I was like, you know, I've got rubber. Even then, yesterday, Mark drove there and back, which was amazing. Thank you very much, Mark. It was amazing. Normally I'd stay. So yeah, I was able to get back, but it's such a beautiful day yesterday. I'm just looking for the pencil sharpener, but oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered doing that, so I won't look. So I want to do some very, very simple. I'm not worried about how many people are doing this because you can catch it whenever you need to. But what I did notice is people are getting very excited about my new website. No one's excited as much as me. Pearl and myself been working on it. Pearl's done absolutely sterling job, and I'm just absolutely. It's amazing. So it's a real celebration. So I'm going to be doing certain things on there, and it's going to be linked to there. So the first thing is I've got to sort of make a piece of work that I think is basically portraying how I feel. Not that you don't have to, but sometimes you might be really happy, sometimes you might be really sad, and I just think I'm going to go with a shape that I really love, and I'm going to do it as a pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do is just set myself up with a square like that. Now if people are saying hi, let me just see if I can catch you down. Oh, we've got some people in. Hello. Hi Rachel, hi Jenny, hi Sue, hi Jackie, hi Carol. Oh, hello Molly, my lovely. Hi Emma, hi Liz, hi Jen, sorry, and Jenny. Lovely jubbly. Oh, my lovely lady. Oh, she's gorgeous, is Molly. Anyway, so I've drawn a box. And I've drawn it a bit heavier than what I normally would, simply because it's just so I've got an edge. Yeah, I've got an edge. I should be going live. Hi Suzanne. Should be going live with the website. Oh, I'm so excited. Shut up with this. Right, now I'm not going to go through this too much, but we're going to do the law of thirds. So this is where the Fibonacci, or the law of thirds, comes in, and it's the Fibonacci sequence. Now I can't remember. It's sort of like that, thirds, and thirds. But if I was to sort of mess about doing it with squares, I'm not going to get the main bit done, which is me moodling in it. I had a great time yesterday. It was so cool working with Nigel. did take the picture, you know, he really did. Yeah, Rachel, if you go to Michael Jepson. Hi, Robert. Hi, Linda. Hi, Helen. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Hilary. If you go to Michael Jepson, if I write in, let me just see. Sorry about my arms. I've got... oh, it's not letting me. See if we can do this. Michael Jackson, if he's not on, this is his name, and he sells them. You can get them from other places as well. That's a really thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw right. So let me still sit and then you can follow me. So right, alright. It's a bit bigger than it should be, but who cares? It's a spiral. Or Fibonacci, or whatever you want to call it, but basically that's better. Can you see it now? So I'm basically doing a really flowy Fibonacci. So it's like that. It's going to be quite simple today. Simple but really. So the first thing is I've got to put a little circle in there because it's the law. I think it's the law. So if you look at these shells in particular. Hi Shaz! Hi Alison! Hello Glynis! Hey, bravo! Well, that must hurt your ears, sorry. Hey, Karen. Right, away. I'm to have to crochet later to finish my niece's blanket. Right. So, what we're going to do is separate it. So, by that, we're just going to put lines, divides coming out like this. Now, don't have them on top of each other because it don't look right. You're better off with a soldier bond. Right, so can you see that? I don't like the straight lines because you want it to look round, so you have to use round lines. So let's go. So I'm going to put a C there, a backward C, and hopefully it starts to make it look rounder. Now, I've got to be careful here because that's better. Okay. You want to see me crochet? Oh, wait till you see my new shirts, guys. Oh, Van Gogh. Got Van Gogh shirts. And my crochet is little flowery things for my niece. It's like just a granny square with flowers on it. Hello, Dee. Hi, Michael. Michael, sorry I couldn't click on your name properly. But we've got Rachel, and a few people. Let me see. Yeah, Rachel wants to know about okay, right, so we've got this shape. quite easy to now put patterns in it. I think these are too big actually myself, but now I've got it this shape, I can sort of make them a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to put some more, maybe not that one, but in these bigger ones I'm just going to put my eye one in the middle. That's better, because there we go. And just to give it a little bit more body, I am going to put a little bit of a curve on each one. Now the reason I'm doing this is it suggests that it's round. Look, can you see? Really simple. Have your dinner, love. This is your dinner break. There we go. Can you see how it, just that little bit there gives it that little bit of a curve. So we're just putting a return on it, or a curve there, and it does look different. So what do I mean? So if we draw two lines, okay, but we want them to look either like rope or like bamboo or something, we need to work round it. It does, I love it myself. You're right. So, but there, I put the outside first, thin, and then I'm going to put diagonal lines like that, okay? So now what I can do, can you see how that now completely makes it more rounded than that? You can do it, so if I do that, it's a bit pronounced so you can see it, and then if I do on the same, oh, I'm a bit out there, you can do it going across, but you still have to put in a little bit of a C, and by that I mean that shape or that shape, okay, but you still get a great pattern. Look, really easy. Okay, so that's what I've done here. It does flow lovely, I like that as well. I'm going to go straight in now with some pens, and I'm just going to moodle my head off. I'm really loving this. So I'm going to use an 8 for the outline as the starting point. So I'm going to work with, just start it, and I'm going to be really, not really slow, but I'm going to be slower and measured. What I don't want is to overdo it, okay? Oh, see you later, sweetheart. If you go too exaggerated, it just ends up looking cartoony. You just want, honestly, just a mere suggestion of a bit of a curve really pays dividends. So take the time. You're sort of dealing with each little section as it appears. Get your noodle on. Okay, now I'm quite liking that. I've got a nice shape. It is, tell you what to do, don't watch later, just go back 10 seconds and it's fine. Go back 10 seconds and it's there. So if you just rewind 10 seconds, you'll be fine then. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat each section separately as well. So I'm going to use it, no stopping and starting, going straight to there. I have a terrible tendency to go, because I'm very sketchy when I draw. I tend to go a bit over the top. I quite like that. By that I mean I go over all the lines. I've done it there. Instead of stopping and starting on the lines, I go over them. And when the girls are doing my drawings on the computer, it's a nightmare for them, because they have to clean it up, because they pick up all the lines, not just like the main ones. They pick up every single line, even at like a dirty mark. So I'm terrible for it, but it's because I draw very sketchily, you see. What I'm tending to doing is I'm tending to make sure that it links there. I'm not too worried about the join there, because there's not a join too. This is important though, there. Okay, now I do like the little twiggle in the middle. Right, best bit. And you can see we're very different from the beginning box, but it was something to aim for, wasn't it? It was something to actually, you know, judge your work by. Otherwise it's like you start big and go small, or start small and go big. So having that guideline or that box to fit your stuff in is perfect. Right, so just let me get my shape. There we go. So you can see now there's like little bits where I've not joined up. And now if there is sort of like here, you see I've gone right over, you can go in with another line there if you so wish. Right? Okay, so we've got our wonderful shape. Reliant on what you want. I'm going to change sides of pen. I've got a 2 and a 1. Oh, I've got some brilliant pens to show you, but I'm not showing you just yet. Can't wait to show you. I'm hoping to get them imported, because I think they're that good. Right, so let's look at the first one. Alright, so we're going to treat each one of these separately. We've got a lot of work on, but I'm only doing an hour because I've got to go back to the lovely pearl. We've got to get our work on. So, you know, I'm not messing about. So I'm going to draw another line. Hang on, I'm doing it the wrong way. In a thin pen. There. Very fine. You see? So. Fine pen on the inside of each one, because I've got a little bit extra room. I will show you. This is a lot harder to do, because the first one I had no line to work to, whereas this one I've got to try and keep equidistance from there. Oh, I'm going to see some of you down with the Clarity Day, and then the day after I'm coming home, and guess where I'm at? Da, 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 at Doncaster with the lovely witchcraft. So yeah, I'm going to be demoing there. Can't wait. With new stuff. Woohoo! Lovely Paula invited me to go. So I'm very happy. It's going to be a mad weekend, because I'm at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and with Clarity, and then Sunday I'm with witchcraft, so it's going to be hectic in a great way. Can you see? I've got the double lines, but one's more prominent than the other. And by doing the roundy bit, can you see how it now looks like? But when we put some shading on, this is going to look. Oh yeah, Karen, love to. We could have we could have a drama party, couldn't we? Have a drama party. Right, so let's look for some patterns. So in here, I'm not going to blah 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 blah. in here I'm not going to worry too much, okay? But what I am going to do is I'm going to get in. I should have done sections there first, so I'll do sections first and then sections there. And why I'm doing that is it just makes it easier to aim for it. Okay, you're going to love this because I'm already liking it. I might have to finish this tomorrow. So I'm going to do it that way. And the reason I'm doing it that way is that it continues to make it look round. Right, so here, let's go for something quite simple. A circle. On the joins. There we go. So we've got that. And what I'm going to do with this is every opposite one. I'm going to miss one. So I think I prefer it with them in, so rather than miss one out, just colour them in. You're better off using your fatter pen for this, but it's just quicker. But so I'm just doing corner to corner. Reminds me of the radiations. Is it radiation? Something like that. Right, okay, so there's the first one. Now if you want to put the halves on there, you can do. By that I mean I'll do it in pencil, so that you draw your pencil, you know, when you go into there. That's up to you. So let's have good old there we go. It's quite meditative, this. Meditative, whatever the word is. So I've got circles. And what I'm doing is I'm putting lines on them at the beginning, all the same size, but then when I get this one I'm going to put a few more at one end just to give it a little bit more shading. So all the way, so you do it same size all the way, and then as you go over, a few more on one side. And you see instantly, as we're looking at it on camera, you can see those couple of lines make a huge difference, and yet you wouldn't think, would you, that they would, you know. In fact, these little ones, the very little ones, I'm going to colour in because I just think, oh, that's just the other one, isn't it? I need this one. This one's better. There we go. Okay, so we've got and then I'll do these different direction, so all the same shape, size, distance. Once you've done it one way, you just go over a little bit and it goes into a shade, or it creates a shade. And you don't have to be neat with it. Okay, that's hatching. It's one of my favourite things to do because you get instant results. It looks really good. So we've got hatching, cross hatching when it goes over 2. Okay, so let's go for another shape. I've got loads of shapes here. I've got my sketchbooks out, so I'm just having a look, seeing what I can do, what I can't do. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. I use these. These are good. Oops. Right, okay. So I'll do another one here. This is, so I don't want to do like heavy duty ones, but so we do a wiggly line, like that, so sort of wiggly, 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 and in the big circle, so anywhere that's sort of popping out there, a circle, get me, in the bigger spaces. And then this is right, so you do your C's, then when you get to the middle you do one straight and then you go the other way. So do it again. So you do it straight, I'll do it here. So this is straight that way. You follow the curve, get to the middle and then go that way. That's easier to do. So I've put another one in here. So here you follow that shape, that makes more sense. And then when you get to the centre, which would be here, you just do one line. So I'll do it again for you. So you're following the shape of the O. So I'll do it again, that way. And that way. Centre, straight up. And then go to the other end. You can put more in if you wish. And then here we'll put a circle in. And then just reinforcing the circle in the middle. It's not something that you need to do, I just like to do it. You got it? Miss that one. Okay, really like that. Nice pencil colours. So we've got the lines that we've got and the repetitive pattern, which makes a huge difference. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, divvying it up to that. So I'm going to just do hatching, and I'm doing it to a point, and then with some coloured pencils or any shading we can make it look 3D. So what I'm doing is joining the lines back up. So if I show you there, I'll bring the camera down a bit actually. There we go, that's a bit better. So I'm joining the lines up there to there. Doesn't matter if you go a few more, it really don't matter. There we go. Now again, on one side, There we go. Can you see how that's darkened to one side and now made it? Hi, Dawn. So we've got all these done. Wow, we've done a lot, haven't we? So, oh, there's one I love. This one I love. Let me get it right. I do pencil first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't really need that, do I? No, I don't need the 4 divisions. Just ignore me. Right, so I can go in with pen. You do need to sort of, well, I do, put your guideline in first like that, because what we're going to do is draw the rest to fit underneath. So the box is sort of follow the lines. Like that. Sort of freestanding bricks that sort of fill in the gaps. And I remember drawing them once when I was doing electron scanning microscopes, where you look under the microscope and you see like the structure of trees. And I'll see you later, sweetheart. See you later, Dee. You catch the structure of cell structure of trees and stuff, and it was just mesmerising. And that was it. That's what it looked like. And it had a dot only in some, but you can put it in all of them. So we've got quite a few done there. Let's see. So we've got circles and lines in that one. So we need something like this in this one. Oh, I know what we can do. Right here. So it's like a cellular thing, or blobs. So where one is small, the other one is big. Yeah. I love doing things like this because it is really just about repetitive patterns without worrying too much about shapes or formations. What you're actually doing is just really repeating the shapes you've already done, stretching them. So we've got like stretch. And I'm just going to outline some of these to make them look a bit, not all of them, no, just some. So you've got like depth and stuff. Right, so it's a bit of a quick one. I think that needs something as well, and I think maybe it's just some dots to give it like cell structure. See it? Cool, 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 cool. Next one is similar to that, but we're going to do it with circles. So I'm going to draw some circles this way first. Well, when I say circles, it's hardly a circle, is it? So Go. So give myself some divisions, and I'm just going to do like that. Get there. And these are fitting within the section, so I'm not trying to fit them each side. They're fitting within the sections, and as the sections get smaller, these do as well. There we go. Can you see that? So now what I'm going to do, hatching, and they almost look like leaves, but hatching opposite sides. And then I'll repeat the pattern. So here I've got the top, so I'll do the bottom, top, bottom, top. Here I'll do top, bottom, top, bottom, and then the next one I'll do the opposite. So you've got a repetitive pattern in a leaf form. Okay, so we've got that one there, that one there, that one there. Happy, 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 happy. Oh, look at that, half an hour. How cool is that? We're doing great guns. So I'm just going to, I think I need to fill some of these in first. So a couple of them I'm just going to fill in with big circles, because I can actually add pattern within that circle. And I'll do a couple of them because I think they work really well. So like that. So we've got the circles, then different sizes inside. So because I've got like regular patterns that are going to be quite nice, what we can do is just carry on like utilising these patterns here, but change them slightly so that even though they're similar to the others, they're not exactly the same. So these are like that, but in this one I'm just going to do like little tacking lines, so they're not really, it's like that but it's not really like that. And you can do 1/2 if you want, which again is like that one and like that one. Okay, so that's quite simple because you don't want them all sort of terrifyingly busy. Yeah, so just going to look at this one now, and I'm just going to think, I think I need so done some lines and some triangles that follow a similar formation. Just show you like that, and then all we're going to do is hatch straight lines. I find most people can do straight lines and do half of them, so it almost looks like bunting then. And then if you go a bit wrong, it really doesn't matter. Like that. Can you see? So I really like that. Now I need to look at some of these here. So if we do a it's sort of similar to that but a smaller version, and we will put and then a square in the circle. Right, what we do need now are some curlicues, so I'm going to go back to my big fat one. I can't even see it. And I'm going to go curlicues. So that one, that one, that one. I'm just trying to think now which one. I'll do it here. Do it here. So what I'm doing now is fitting them in. So there we go. So I've fitted that in, and then what I will do is a slightly different one. Like where I'm filling them in quite tight but not overlapping. So we've got quite a strong pattern there, and it sort of matches up now. And I'm going to look at this one here. I think it needs some strength, so there we go. So we've got that there at the very end, and as we get further down it gets bigger. Really enjoying this. I love the fact that when you're doing stuff like this, you're very much bound by the space that you've got, and it's amazing how easy it is to just fit stuff in. Like normally it'd be like measuring it all and all that, but you don't need to. You sort of really, it's already done for you. So here what I'm going to do is, I think I'll put in with the finer pen the wiggly lines I had. So yeah, that's it. Not in all of them up here because you can't see them, but in here. I heard on TV someone say you don't need all these different nibs. You do if you're going to draw, because you wouldn't be able to get the detail of that thinner pen in there with a fatter pen. So please, you know, if it was a load of rubbish I wouldn't tell you. You know, and I do, you know, I can say that I've got a bit of knowledge about this. So in here, I don't like this one, so I'm going to change it slightly and put a little circle in the middle, and you'll see sometimes that's all you need, and it now makes more of a point because it looks more like the others. There we go. So we've got that. We've only got 2 more to do, and I quite like that one, so I'm going to go with there we go. Can you see? It's very thin, and that's a bigger space and less, and there's more in there in a smaller space, so that's fine. I'm just going to put in some of my shapes. That I think work. So we've got like the little ones that tie in with that, and then I haven't got many up here, but I will put in some little checkers, but I'm not going to colour them in, because if I colour them in they'll be overpowering. So I've done the idea of just hatching again, and then I just did some wiggly lines. Yeah, I don't same, yeah, oh yeah. I don't particularly like want to go out there saying, no, you know, they're wrong, this wrong, but I did notice that there's a few people brought my attention to it, and it's like you do need different nib sizes. It's just not me trying to sort of get money out of you, it's just how it is. So I've got a little bunch of coconuts. Right, so I've got a pencil, and it's a watercolour pencil. It's an aquarelle pencil, but it's just a shading pencil, so I'm going to put some shading in it. First of all, any dodgy lines, and by dodgy lines I mean lines that you started as a guideline and now you've got rid of. Right, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of shading on it. You could do this with colour or anything you want. I'm just going to put a little bit of shading on it. Now this is a light wash, so there's not a lot, it's not very dark, and it's a soft pencil, but all I'm going to do is just put a little bit round here. Now you can use this for colour, if you wanted to do it with colour, perfect. So darker right near where I've put the little bobbles, and try and keep to that shape because it'll emphasise, but don't, you need to be able to blend it out, and if you don't sort of concentrate on this, it'll be too dark and it'll end up looking, well, it won't look very nice. Now if you want to just give it a blend with your finger, what we do is go mad like that and then clean up this edge, and that means you're going to get a nice crisp edge. If you want to cut your rub around and make it sort of a slither, you can do. Get an old you can get some pencils that are sharpener, some rubbers that are in sharp, oh for God's sake, you get some pencil shaped that are rubbers, oh for crying out loud, can't even get it right. So instead of having a graphite in the centre, they've got like an eraser. That's good, but I was frightened to death for using them because I didn't want to waste them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of depth here, go all the way around. There we go. Can you see it start to look, hopefully? Now this is a watercolour pencil, so I could use this as watercolour as well to get a feel of depth. So I'm just going to clean up the edge. There we go. So we've got some sort of feeling of it being. Now here, the double lines. You can use these with a pencil and colour them in like that if you wish. Blend it all in, and then you completely lose your colour, you see. So this is again what you need to do. Go back in. You see how that's bright now? And we're just colouring in when it hits the top. There we go. You can see now, can't you? So I would be a little bit picky on these. I tend to only do one side, so I'll show you what I mean. So if we go into this side, you see now. So I'm only picking one side, and the one side is always on the right. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it's on the right hand side, and we're blending out to the right, and we're not going on the left. And that gives you the idea of it being in and out, in and out, in and out. Shake it all about. Show another one. There we go. Can you see how it's providing? Oh yeah, it's the rubber is a drawing tool, you know, taking away. It's like the mouse is a drawing tool for your computer. So here, underneath, just to make it rounded a bit, I suppose. And then use your tool, your rubber as a tool. And if you stick to all the high points, it will be, that's what it will be. So, you know, we've got some colour happening there. I could go in and again and put a little bit more dark. So we've got a bit of shading. I could even go a little bit further. I always say it's better to add than it is to try and take away. You know, you try and go too fast, too furious at the beginning, you've got nowhere to go and it's hard to take it away. So again, shading, full length of the graphite. And hopefully you'll get to, you know, it starts to see it popping out a little bit, and then keep it really. See, I've changed over the way I use my pencil again because I want it in a smaller space. Changed it again. There we go. Starting to look a little bit nicer now, and you can do the same here. But I would suggest stay away from stuff if you're not sure, especially on the top. So just going to put a little bit more in there and there. I prefer it on one side rather than the two, because the two sides, it's got no direction. Well, it's got direction, but it's very confusing. So I'm just going to put that in and then use my rubber, clean it up. So there we go, clean that one up, clean that one up. Now when it comes over here, the lighting will change. I'll just do one and show you. Getting a bit rushed now with this. So now when it comes over here, it would be darker, so light's coming down that way, so it would hit darker on the opposite side, so it'd be darker this way. Or would it? But you get me anyway. But there you go. So thank you everybody. I've got some beautiful comments, so yeah, appreciate it. I do really appreciate it. You know, I've really enjoyed it. And if you're unsure, do you want me to draw it again for you, so you're a bit wiser? It's really easy. So draw yourself a shape like that, and you start here, the bottom third or the middle third, and you just start. So start at this side, round, 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 and you go to that. And the reason you start here is because you faff around up here. So if you start here, you know you've got to go all the way round, and then round, and then round, and then round, and that will give you a Fibonacci, a slightly Fibonacci. If you put that on, starts a little bit like a nautilus, and then you've got your shape. Okay, and then put some pattern on. Really like that. It's nice, isn't it? I might have to give this away in my Patreons. Oh, wait till you see my new website. We've got a different thing happening, so different events monthly, and you can buy different tiers. Oh, it's so exciting, where you get freebies and gifts, exclusivity. Yeah. So Pearl and myself, well, it's the royal we, we're working on it at the moment, and yeah, I think that would be, because I know people keep asking me where can I buy, what can I do, and I think, well, why don't I try it? Why don't I do it? Right, so I'm really happy with that. That's really quite nice, and it'd be really nice. I'd love to do that in fabric. Thank you, Alison. You're never late. You're never, ever, ever late. You're never late, honestly. You start when you start. And then get your rubber and just spend a little bit of time cleaning up to get your nice crisp designs. Clean up your finger marks on your page, and you starts to get really. Oh, did you enjoy that? Thank you, Jenny. Oh, you're welcome, Carol. Welcome. Thank you for being so supportive of me. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I might do a class on that in fabric. Quite nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, so watch your space. Got some Etsy classes if you want to see it, but the new classes will be very much. It's a monthly subscription. You can do as little or as much as you want, and it's going to be all about exclusivity and maybe even stamps. Woohoo! So I'm going to love you and leave you. Oh, Eileen, you just swore. Hi, Tracy. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Janet. Thank you. Emma's got an idea. Woohoo! I like ideas. I've got to rush now and finish my website. Yes. But I love that actually. It's nice. I'll put that in the group. Please show me what you've done. I've shown you mine, so let me see yours, and then we can, you know, mindful moodling. Get a proper place for it, a proper home, and yeah, I really like that. Hello, Ace. Oh, hello, Ace. It's beautiful to see you. Right, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much. I'll be here on Wednesday. At 12 o'clock, and then I'm back on the screens at the end of the week. I've got some oh my goodness me, I can't wait to show you those stencils that pop on at top of each other. They're brilliant. You've got one day special with the lovely Sharon today. She's doing Janina, mindful art with Janine, and I'm there Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it is, and then on the 3rd as well. So hope you can join me then. Take care, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday, and I might see some of you tonight. Bye.